Balog is just scratching below the surface of the ice sheet. Below him is nearly a kilometer of solid ice. In these compressed layers of the ice sheet, there are clues to how fast Greenland could melt. At the National Ice Core Lab in Lakewood, Colorado, a giant freezer stores over 13,000 meters of ice drilled from 34 sites around the cryosphere. Dating back hundreds of thousands of years, these ice cores are time capsules that allow scientists like Jim White to peer deep into the history of ice.
This piece of ice is interesting because it has a couple of things you can see right away. One is there are bubbles throughout here. These bubbles are little packets of air. It's these bubbles we can take out and measure CO2 and methane and nitrous oxide. It's the only medium that really collects the atmosphere itself.
Most importantly, scientists have identified a direct historical link between increases in greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide, and steep rises in global temperatures. At every peak, big rises in sea level followed, as Greenland's ice sheet shrank. The ice core records also reveal a particularly telling moment in Greenland's history. Roughly 125,000 years ago, temperatures rose by about 4 degrees Celsius. The entire southern portion of the ice sheet melted, and global sea levels rose by over 3 meters. The more recent ice core record shows the potential for a similar meltdown. Right now, greenhouse gas levels in the atmosphere are even higher than they were 125,000 years ago. Higher than they've ever been in the last 500,000 years. Temperatures are already following suit. The only explanation is the burning of fossil fuels.
What we see in this ice core is very solid evidence that what's happening today in the atmosphere is different. It's not a normal part of the climate cycle. It's something caused by human beings.
Rising temperatures are once again pushing Greenland towards a major meltdown. But what the ice cores can't tell us is how long it will take. White suspects that the last time Greenland lost a significant portion of its ice, it happened over thousands of years. But this time, it could happen much faster.
And here we are now, fiddling with the dials of the climate machine, not quite knowing what's going to happen. And we know from these past records that the climate system can come up and bite us hard.
So far, global warming is biting hardest at the fringes of Greenland's ice sheet. Ringing the island are hundreds of outlet glaciers that act like pipes, draining the interior ice sheet out to sea through narrow fjords. In the late 1990s, many of these spigots began gushing more ice. One of the largest, Jakobshavn, is now pumping out over 40 billion tons of icebergs each year, more than any other glacier in the Northern Hemisphere. These icebergs reach the open ocean at Disco Bay. In this deceptively peaceful icescape, James Balog is on the hunt for giant icebergs. Some of these blocks of ice rise 100 meters above the waterline, but 90% of their mass is hidden below.
Oh my God, these things are gigantic. If they roll over, we'll be swimming with the fishes. But right in here, there's this line of jewels as you come around the arc of this berg, and all the water drops are coming in. And the sun makes this fantastic necklace of jewelry along the edge of this. Oh man, I can't, let's do it again. There's something in there. It's making me crazy actually. Because there's a picture in here. There's definitely a picture in here. Wow, that was amazing.
It can take months of preparation and days to ascend.
There is a line that once you've crossed over it, you really are beyond help.
There will be hours in freezing temperatures.
You begin to lose any touch with the reality of what's going on around you.
But it only takes a second
Your judgment gets clouded.
to let someone die.
Yes, you're above 8,000 meters, but does it absolve you of being human?
The Dark Side of Everest. Part of Everest No Turning Back. Sunday from 8 on Nat Geo Wild. Join Ewan and Charlie on their epic journey from Scotland to Cape Town.
Look where we are, it's amazing!
Catch the amazing moments of Long Way Down, brand new to Nat Geo Wild, weeknights at 9.
Prey. Enemy. Irritation. Friend. Hers is a complex and precarious existence. 3 years in the making, this unique film gains unprecedented access to one of the most secretive animals on Earth. See life through the eye of the leopard on Nat Geo Wild.
Australia, India, Africa, North America. Millions travel to these destinations every year, and there are countless reasons to visit. But we are giving you 12 good reasons not to go. The Deadly Dozen. From the man-eating great white in Australia, to the native-eating African lion, to tourist-consuming grizzly bears in North America. 12 deadly reasons to stay at home. The Deadly Dozen, only on Nat Geo Wild.
"56 kilometers up the fjord from Disco Bay, Balog's time-lapse cameras are stationed above the carving face to capture Jakobshaven's every move. Balog has teamed up with glaciologist Jason Box, who's been keeping a close watch on Jakobshaven and other glaciers along the coast for the past 14 years.
The Jakobshaven Glacier is the king of glaciers in Greenland. It produces by far more icebergs and more ice flow than any other single glacier. This is really where the rubber hits the road in terms of sea level rise. Glaciers are, of course, very dynamic systems, but you don't really see that when you sit there and stare at them. We're able to observe with the time-lapse cameras at a much higher frequency, like every hour, where